Hi everybody, my name is Rob Smith. I'm on the Glen Owners Association Board of Directors. I'm also the president of the board, and today I'm going to talk to you real quickly about a couple of things that we've changed up at the pool. How do you get into the pool, and how can you get a replacement key fob if you need one. So let's go ahead and take a look at those things. So first things first, how do you get a key fob? The key fobs were issued out to all of the homes in the neighborhood when we first went to the new system. The key fobs should be passed on from homeowner to homeowner. They should not be handed off to neighbors or anything like that. If for some reason you bought a home and the old homeowner did not give you one of these little blue discs, then you need to contact us and let us know, hey, I never got one. We'll go into the system, update the information, and we'll mark the old one as stolen so that the camera system and the key fob system alert us when somebody tries to use that old key fob, and at that point maybe we can figure out who was the recipient of the extra, quote-unquote, extra key fob. The first one issued out to you will be free. After that, they're $25 for replacements. We usually try to run a sale in the spring, but initially speaking, they're going to cost you $25 to replace those. So please don't misplace your key fobs, and make sure that you let us know if you lose one so that we can mark it in the system. Maybe we can get it back to you. How do you get into the pool? When you come up to the pool, you've got the gate here. It's always locked and you can't get in, and that's for safety's sake. Starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, running through dusk in the evening, and dusk always changes, so when it starts to get dark, you just need to be responsible and say, okay, it's getting dark now. We're not rated to keep our pool open at night. Otherwise, we would have to go to a hard system where we would probably have to shut the pool off at like 7:30 p.m. throughout the year just to make it simple so that we could keep everybody in check. So please help us keep the hours flexible by being responsible, and when you notice it's getting dusk, go ahead and pack up your things and head on out for the evening. When you walk up to the pool, you take the little blue disc, put it by the reader, and you're in. From there, let's talk about the bathrooms. So yesterday I sent out a quick update telling people, hey look, the doors are working at this point and the new reader's working. So let me explain exactly what is going on with that, because I know there was a lot of concern, and obviously give us a chance. We're always working on what we're doing. So let me talk about the doors real quick here. The men and women's rooms historically have been locked out at night to prevent vandalism, and I've had people say, well, how much vandalism do we actually have in the neighborhood? Well, the good side is we haven't had a lot of vandalism because we do try really hard with things like cameras and keeping an eye on the neighborhood, talking with each other, knowing what's going on in the neighborhood, and keeping things locked up. However, those who have been in the neighborhood for a while remember when the copper was stripped out of the bathrooms. It was stripped out of these water faucets, which are required by DHEC rules, and it was stripped out of the shower, which was required by DHEC rules. That's been several years ago. Since then, the cameras are installed, the doors are locked up, that kind of thing, to prevent those things from happening again. And of course, we can't prevent somebody from doing all kinds of damage, kicking the doors in, that kind of thing, but we are trying to make it more difficult and restricted. So the doors are locked in the evening. That's to make it so that nobody can easily access those rooms. Got a truck going by. And then in the morning they have to be unlocked, that means, so that somebody can get in. Now, in the past, what has happened at times is the volunteers, either there's a miscommunication or somebody forgets. I know I forgot a couple times last year when I was supposed to be covering the doors. And we get a call from somebody at noon who says, hey, I can't get into the bathrooms, and can somebody come unlock them? That's an inconvenience for everybody. So we tried to eliminate that by adding the readers. Now the reader's purpose is so that the doors will lock themselves and unlock themselves, and in the evening hours when it's outside of normal time, if there's a reason that the doors would lock out for some reason and the cleaning staff is here or something like that, we want them to still be able to access these doors easily. So the key fobs will open these doors. However, on the normal pool operating hours, the doors should push open, and that's the way they are right now. There's no need to read the card reader every single time you walk up to go into the bathroom. And same thing with the living room. You just push to open it. It's easy for children. They don't even have to turn the doorknob. So it's actually more convenient than it was. It was just phase one was getting them actually activated. Generally speaking, the attendant will sit up here. They should also be up and doing things around the pool. So if you see them just sitting here all day long, that is not their purpose. Jess is one of our, or Jessica, but Jess is what she goes by. She's one of our more common pool attendants that you'll see up here. She's really helpful. if you need something, I'm sure she'll help you out. She'll talk with you and everything. But if you notice them just sitting around doing nothing, their job is to enforce the rules, make sure that the people who are here belong here. So they might, if they notice that somebody doesn't belong here, they don't recognize them, they might start talking to them and find out, do you actually live in the neighborhood? They can help out if somebody has lost their pool fob for the day and they're trying to get into the pool. They can help out by going ahead and letting them in, letting us know who it was that was locked out, and then we can find out what happened to your fob. Was it just lost that day? That kind of thing. They can help out if there's people in the pool that are being rowdy, throwing footballs, that kind of stuff. You can have the little softballs, but no regulation footballs, basketballs, anything like that that is going to basically smack somebody in the face and cause them to end up in the hospital. So that's what they're here for. They'll keep the bathrooms clean, that kind of thing. They are not lifeguards though, so they will not sit and watch people in the pool. However, they will help out obviously if there's a medical emergency. This little button on the wall here that was behind that table, positioned directly across from the mushrooms here, that button activates the mushrooms. If everything's working the way it's supposed to, you press the button, the mushrooms turn on, and it's about 20 to 25 minutes I think that they'll run. It saves a little bit of power, which is nice because they're not just running here at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning when nobody's at the pool. However, the biggest thing is it saves on noise. It's kind of nice every once in a while to sit up at the pool and not have noise. So if the kids aren't in the pool and it's just some adults sitting up here and they don't want the noise, they can leave them off. If kids are playing in the pool but they decide they're not going to play in the mushrooms and they turn off, there's no need to get up and run over and hit the button, just turn it on. Sometimes it's nice just to have a little peace and quiet. So hopefully that's made things better for people. So first aid kit at the pool, that's provided for everybody's use. So if your child scrapes a knee or gets a splinter or something like that, these things are here for you to use. Just if somebody notices one day that we're completely out of supplies, it would be nice if somebody just give us a heads up. There's a phone here for emergency purposes. And then the umbrellas, we've got those in a new umbrella stand. The whole idea here is that one, we've got nicer umbrellas now that we put out, so please take care of them and encourage others to do so. But also the umbrella stand is out here so that they're not just thrown in a closet or shoved into one of the bathrooms like in the past. It keeps them a little nicer and cleaner, but it also makes it easy to get them. If you come in the morning or even in the afternoon and the umbrellas aren't out at a table and you'd like to have an umbrella, well then just grab an umbrella and put it in a table and use it. In the evening, the attendant will clean up, put the umbrellas away, make everything nice for us. But it wouldn't hurt if somebody wanted to put an umbrella up as you're going out if you're leaving kind of late. I'm sure the attendants would appreciate it. On the wall between the bathrooms is this little box here with a wire running over to the outlet. I'm sure that question is going to come up. What's that? I've never seen that before. We recently installed that. That is the charger for our chair that we have over here for people who need assistance getting in and out of the pool. And I'm just going to highlight that real quick so people understand what it is. This chair was a part of the full build out that we had when the pool was rebuilt. It's a requirement by DHEC and it was installed so that people who need assistance getting in and out of the pool can do so. It's on the 3-foot side, which makes it so that somebody can easily get in and out of it very close to the shallow end. There's a battery on it. That battery has to be removed and placed into the charger every once in a while. All they gotta do is pull up on it and take it out. If you happen to be up here at the pool in the morning sometime and you notice that it's not been charged in a while, you feel like being helpful, you can grab it, take it over, stick it on the charger, let it charge for a while. And if you come in and see that it's all charged up and you want to stick it on here, that's helpful too. Please keep children off of it. It's not here for that. It's got an easy to use remote control. But if you have somebody in your family who would like to come up and get in the pool but they don't want to have to struggle with getting in and out for any number of mobility reasons, that's here for their assistance. Last but absolutely not least, let's talk about, real quickly, taking care of things. I want you to take a look at this chair. I forget what the cost of these things. I want to say it's about $600 to replace one of these. There's only one way that this happened, and it's not from somebody who was a large person and sat in this chair and it caused it to bend. These things are rated for a lot of weight. Somebody abused this chair in some way. I can only assume somebody stood on it and jumped or something along those lines. It's almost unfathomable because they are very, very strong. They're commercial build, they're very nice. I'd love to know the background to it. I don't even know when it happened, or I'd go back and look at the camera just so I could understand the concept of how somebody could do that. But this stuff costs money and it costs your money. We don't make money as a homeowners association. We just take it from each other and put it into one big pot. Little things that happen, you know, or accidents, there's nothing we can do about it. The umbrellas last year caused damage to these tables when they blew the tables over because they weren't properly locked into the bases. So we've got new bases to kind of help out with that. Little things like that happen, and we were going to do what we can to keep that upkeep. But all this stuff costs money. If you see somebody at the pool who's abusing things and you're not comfortable approaching them, please send an email over to amenglenhoa@gmail.com. Let us know what time it was, and we can go back and look at the cameras and try to figure out exactly who did what and why they did it, and hold them financially responsible for damage that they do that's abuse. Accidents are one thing, but don't let people damage and abuse your things, and everything up here is your things. So we just want to take care of things and keep making things better. We don't have to replace all the stuff constantly that we've already paid for. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. I hope this answers some questions and helps out. There'll be a lot of people who don't take the time to watch this, so when they have questions that relate directly back to this video, either direct them to the video themselves and make them watch it, or answer their questions and help them out. Thanks a lot. Take care.